Hi, and welcome back to my build series on YouTube. This is going to be my Magica Sorcerer build for the Wrathstone patch. So, this build is super fun. I'm really enjoying the way MagSorc works now, and I'm also loving the Destruction staff passives that got changed, and we'll go over that right now, just to let you guys know why I'm running certain things that I'm running. Okay, so you have a Destruction Staff equipped only. You don't need Destruction Staff skill anymore in your bar to gain your ancient knowledge and the other things that are in there. So that changes everything for the MagSorc, and it also ups survivability on a massive level. Alright, so yeah, let's get right into this. So I'm standing here in Reaper's March. I might encounter some random passerbys, so just bear with me, and I'll try to stand on the side of the road here. So skills on the front bar, we are no longer running the Asylum Perfected Staff, right? The Perfected Inferno. We're no longer running this because we need all the crit we can get. So now on the front bar we are running Mother Sorrow. Mother Sorrow is amazing. It right now I'm sitting at 62.7% critical, and I'm not using the Thief Stone. So Mother Sorrow, super good. I would recommend getting it. I am also running 2 gold jewelry, 1 purple jewel. So the resources that I'm gaining from this are not exactly completely maxed out, but they're still good enough. And so 62.7% crit. How am I reaching that? Well, let me show you. For the second set, I am also running Julianos. Now, Julianos is a crafted set. You could also run Burning Spellweave. You will have less crit, though. The thing about Julianos is it works perfect for the build that I am running now, and the DPS is exactly the same as it is with Burning Spellweave. So you don't need to be running Burning Spellweave at all. You can go ahead and craft a full set of Julianos, gold it out, all divines, and get yourself a full set, which is basically jewelry and a staff of Mother Sorrow, and then go and get yourself the monster set that I'm running right now is Alambris. Go get yourself that too, and boom, super easy build to run and maximum damage. And let me tell you why. The skills, you can see my bar right now, the skills are completely different because I don't need a Destruction Staff ability on my front bar anymore to gain the Ancient Knowledge passive that will allow me to get that extra 8% damage for having for using Flame Staff. So basically what that translates into is now I can start running my Surge. I can run that now on the front bar in place of Bound Aegis, which you could run Bound Aegis if you really trust that everything's going to be fine. You could run Bound Aegis and that'd be fine here for that extra max mag. But I don't need Power Surge on my back bar, so now my back bar, the difference is that I'm running Haunting Curse now consistently everywhere. Which ups my DPS on a massive level in trials, and which I'm about to upload some videos of me running this exact setup in VMAL hard mode. They're failed pulls, right? But they're really good. And then we got a pretty sweet Pad 5 nuke that I'm gonna put up as well with this exact build. Just destroying Rakat. So super good, super fun. Sorc is not dead. Sorc is very much alive on this particular patch. So anyway, on the front bar, spammable is Elemental Weapon. It's a Psijic line ability, so I suggest getting Psijic. You got to get Psijic 5 to get this, I believe. Or I think it might be sooner than that, but I would recommend getting to Psijic 5 because you get the Spell Orb passive too. I would also take the passive that allows you to block and gain the damage shield. Super, super good. So, yeah, that thing works so well. It's just amazing. But we are also running an execute now. So I run Endless Fury. The Mage's Wrath is good. It's an AoE execute, so that it's really nice to run, and you could run that. Endless Fury just gives me back that little bit of extra magicka, and that's something that I need as a Sorc, because even playing as a sustain class, sustain is still an issue on a Sorc. So Endless Fury is where it's at. Crystal Fragments, obviously, never going to drop this, never going to give you up, never going to let you down. Crystal Fragments is always going to be there for you. Super good when you only cast it on proc, and it's way less of a cost and does more damage. So Crystal Frags, yes. Power Surge. Power Surge is good. Power Surge is a heal, so you can run this and be just fine. Just keep it up 100% of the time. You're all good. Inner Light for the extra max magicka. The thing about Inner Light is it gives you way more max magicka. Well, not way more, but it does give you substantially more max magicka than Bound Aegis does. So when it comes down to either using this or Bound Aegis, I would choose Inner Light over Bound Aegis. Shooting Star is our ultimate on the front bar, as usual. I've had so many people try to complain at me about using Shooting Star and this and that, but if you're smart about it and you use it only when it's necessary and where it would make the most sense to use it, it's fine. And it does do nice AoE damage. It's got a nice radius, so you know, I'd say honestly just use it and make sure everything's stacked up to use it, because it just makes more sense. Because after impact, enemies you generate 12 ultimate for each enemy hit by the initial blast. So you know, if you hit like 5 enemies, you're getting like 60 ultimates. So super good. Alright, so moving on. On the back bar, we have Blockade of Fire. Obviously, Blockade of Fire, always. Burning enemies take 20% more damage from this ability. Yes. Haunting Curse. It takes 12 seconds, and you get I think it's 2 explosions out of it, which, you know, it's about 3k DPS overall on a full parse, but you know, it's nothing to snub your nose at. This is good. Liquid Lightning is our second ground-based area of effect. It does a Nexus Storm, dealing 2,735 shock damage to enemies in the area every 1 second for 10 seconds. An ally standing within the Nexus can activate the Conduit synergy, dealing 8,500 shock damage to enemies around them. Also, super good to have a Sorc in almost any group for the Conduit synergy, to have Alkosh uptime at a maximum. Yeah, that's what you want now, because the one-handed synergies, one-handed weapons, the enchants are messed up right now, and they should have not done that to tanks, but they did anyway. So Inner Light again, because we double borrow it for the max magicka. Empowered Ward. It's a longer shield. Shields suck right now anyway. They're not even really worth casting for the most part, but this one grants minor intellect to you and nearby allies, increasing your magic recovery by 10% for 10 seconds. So super good. Helps everyone out. And last but not least, our ultimate on the back bar is Fiery Rage. Fiery Rage is a great AoE. 7 seconds, 9,000 damage every 1 second for 7 seconds. So you're looking at almost 100k damage, especially if it crits. So yeah, super good for AoEs. And a lot of ads out there are about 100k, so you can literally just cast this on top of all the ads, focus on what you're focusing on, and everything will die to cleave. So super good. So that does it for our skills. That also does it for our inventory. Now let's look at our character sheet. On the front bar, we don't have a whole lot of max Magica, but we are running really close to 38k on the front bar. Our max health is at 17k, and that's because I'm running a health enchant on my chest piece. Okay, here we go. Spell damage is 2285. Not bad for the base. Spell critical is at 62.7%, and that's without Thief because we are running Shadow. Spell resistance is up. That's just because I was just in VMall and we were doing some hard mode pulls. So spell resistance was up. 64 points into Magica, 0 in health, 0 in stamina. Running the Potent Brew right now because I don't have any of the Fillet on me, but if I was to run like some of the higher end trials, I would be using Clockwork Citrus Fillet instead of Witchmother's Potent Brew. We do take the Shadow. The Shadow increases your critical damage by 18%. Super duper good. It is right now. It is outperforming Thief, especially when you're running Mother's Sorrow. Now, if I was to run my old build with the Perfected Asylum Staff on the front and using Willpower Jewelry, then I would run Thief. And I would probably not run Julianos. I would probably run either Burning Spellweave or Sororia. So just keep that in mind. But I'm not running any of that this patch. This patch I am definitely not running Sororia. Definitely not running Burning Spellweave. I'm definitely running Julianos on a Magsork. So also, I am a Breton. That is the race that I picked for Magsork. Sorry it took me so long to get this out, but I definitely wanted to make sure I had my build under wraps before I put out any information at all. If you wanted to check out, I will link in the description several parses. One will be a 25 mil parse using Sororia, and another will be a parse using Burning Spellweave, and I haven't recorded a parse with Julianos, but I did do a parse, and I only was like 200 DPS on average underneath Burning Spellweave with Julianos. So Julianos is the way to go, especially for the crit. So let's get into the champion points. Some of it has changed, some of it has not. So we'll go. Right now we have 61 into Elfborn, 49 into Elemental Expert. Sorry, I can't talk. 23 into Spell Erosion because of the nerfs to the one-handed crushers. Now it's going to be more and more important to make up for that a little bit in your Spell Erosion. Normally I would run about 10 points, maybe 11, but now it's up to 23. So Staff Expert is 19, Master at Arms is 66, and Thaumaturge is 52. For my green tree, Shadow Ward 40, 34 into Tumbling, 1 into Shade, 75 in Tenacity, 76 into Arcanist, and then 44 into Warlord. Alright, well, let's talk Breton. First I want to premise this with, I tried out the High Elf Sork, and the DPS is higher on the High Elf. What isn't higher is the Sustain, right? So, higher DPS on a 3 mil than a Breton, but with way less Sustain. So a Breton can easily parse on a 6 million hit point dummy, which is about your quota in a trial. So if you're planning on running trials and you're planning on doing that kind of content, then go Breton all the way. All the top Sorks are doing it. My a guildie that I talked to quite a bit about theory crafting and stuff like that. Waka18, also known as Natsu Otsutsuki. I can also link his YouTube channel if you want. He's now on PC. He informed me and kind of influenced my decision that all the best Sorks out there, all the top Sorks, are running Bretons. So if you're a Sork and you want to know the right race to be, the right race is going to be the Breton. So that's that. Uh, so yeah, I'll link a couple of DPS parses in the description, and I'll probably make a separate video on rotation and how that goes down. But if you just watch my DPS parses, you'll see that. Anyway, I hope that this helped you. I hope this gives you a little bit of extra information on the Magsorc, and yeah, I hope that you have a great day, night, or morning, depending on when you're seeing this. Take care, and thanks for watching.